Well, hopefully that's coming in because at the moment I can't see much of the screen. Those are a little darker, but the sun's hitting the top of the hill. It's 42 degrees. Yeah, we'll look on that roof. Real heavy dew. I guess the tractor's in the right spot. It isn't dewy. But the roofs are all showing it good. Yeah, it's only their latest last night. It's only supposed to be like 65 degrees today. But, you know, if you've been following how that's been going lately, yeah, we'll see. But at least if it follows how it's been going lately, that means we're going to finally get that, 72 degree day they've been promising for 2 weeks almost. At least a week and a half. So, yay. And yeah, the dampness is just doing wonders for me this morning. It's actually helping that little bit of grass that these poor cows are on quite a bit. I think they come up for a break because they really haven't eaten near as much hay as I figured they would. Yeah, Bam's standing in the middle of the screen in there if you can see him. At least he's not being a dumbass. Standing down there at the bridge with Victor back there this morning. With the heifers that refuse to come in for grain. And the little young bull that refuses to come in for grain. Now, I only see 4, but who knows how many are really there. And I thought Ty finished that one fence row yesterday. No, she's almost done with it. Yeah, I tried to look up one of those little fence row mowers, they use them they use them all kinds of places, but they swing to the side, go around posts. Good morning, boys. Back when there was staring at Blue, or no, hey, it was Whiskey, sorry. Blue didn't seem to come down with us. He must not have woke up yet. He's kind of a late riser. But I only see 4 here. It's kind of hard to keep them growing when they don't come in to eat. And yes, green does make a difference on that. But I guess we'll have 4 or 5 that grow up in good shape. And the others will be whatever they're going to be. Really? Yep. That's Ruby. Just got to make sure that I see her in the morning now. Huh. 241 bumps her. Yeah, little seniority there. And there was a couple more in here. Speaking of 241, there's 241's heifer calf. I haven't seen Sapphire in here yet this morning, but that doesn't mean anything. She could be standing there with her head in the feeder. Oh, Boomer just stuck her head in there below Ruby. And I'm pretty sure Doofus is done with his grain. So I gotta sneak around and grab his pan before they drag it to the bottom. I don't like chasing it around. What? What do you want? You had a good breakfast? What do you see outside? Shouldn't be nothing out there. These 2 are here. Maybe she's looking at another one out there. I don't know. Oh, well. Another one of these mornings that Hope and Buffalo don't want to walk around to get their grain. That's Tahoe's butt sticking out. He's busy eating his because he finished his bottle. These two stood right there and watched. You'd think they have it figured out by now. She spoils them too much. You see how I do with the yearlings. Don't bring your butt in to eat, you ain't going to eat, so. Oh well. A little blue sky up there. Kind of comfortable so far, actually almost a little chilly. I don't know what it is out there now, it hasn't warmed up much.
You're not knocking him out of his spot either.
Silly buggers. Becky found her a friend.
I thought he was dead, or she. He wasn't moving, but when I got him on my phone, his legs started moving, or hers started moving a little bit. But look how crystal clear those wings are. I don't know if it's dying. I don't know if it's just resting. I don't know what. But I thought it was pretty cool looking.
And I just saw my first one the other day when I cut that last hayfield. I was on my third round on the far side.
I love them. Actually, I should get a tattoo of one. Like Murphy's mom.
Yeah.
Has lots of them.
Well, anyway, she had to come show me that.
I'm going to set him on the box here for right this second.
You.
Can you just come to the box for me, bud? Oh. Sorry.
But I like the phone. I like
buddy.
the phone.
Oh, I know. There you go. Oh, there. Oh, you're going to go.
And
Bye-bye.
we're gone.
Okay. I saved
And
him for being
around the corner.
stepped on, and I thought he was dying.
And I thought Ty'd finished that one fence row. No, she had a little bit left. She had a couple sections of fence
I
left
got
there.
to ride out there.
And then she's going to do the one between the other two hayfields
I gotta do
because
some
there's just
reading.
too much in there. Can't keep the wire hot when even the top wire's under grass. So, and she's going to go out there with a pitchfork or a hand rake or something and
rake it all into the row.
get what Ty's got, put it all into a windrow, the outside row that I cut. And I'm still, well, I shouldn't say still. I'm finally dinking with this thing again. That's all greased. Tractor's greased. We have a fuel leak, and I think it's the stem seal on the throttle. It's coming around that one. And yes, this tractor's had an oil leak for years. When it ended up going to town to get worked on a few years ago, they were supposed to, while they had it, they had the back end tore apart to work on the 3-point, and they redid the steering because I'd redone it 3 or 4 times, and we didn't have time to do it. Well, unfortunately, the guy that worked on it didn't have any more experience than I did. We do have a steering leak too, but I'm not tearing the whole thing apart to fix it. But they were supposed to split it, and it's either the transmission seal or the engine seal. Either way, it doesn't show up on the engine side. The tranny is low, but we haven't added anything to it. It's above the dead mark, but yeah, so I got to do that yet. And then it should be ready to go other than fuel. I don't know if we're going to run it today or not. We'll find out. Yeah, that last clip you saw the cows through the skid steer. If anybody remembers, but way up by those dead cedars, over in here, in the 3-corner piece before you get to the last riser, there was a low spot. It drowned out. So since Becky's clearing all the stuff Ty's cutting, making a nice looking windrow up there. She wanted me to go fill that, so she cleared around it so I could fill it in. One good scoop of dirt, filled it in, good enough anyway. And Ty finished up, cleared down to the corner. Now she's working on the other fence this way between the 2 hayfields. And those cows would love to be out there, you know they would. And boom, this is in here. So Becky found something different than I did. She found all the same information I did, and then she found one other little tidbit that's like, hey, duh, why didn't I think about that? So the plan at the moment is, since we're still going on the assumption that the screen is the issue, since that's what, all the symptoms point to that, I'm going to dump the oil out, pull these filters off, and yeah, can't see it. Tube's right there. That one. It just comes up. Got a couple of those right there. Get it drained, pull that tube, and since you cannot remove the screen externally, everything says the only way that screen comes out is you split the tractor and open up the transmission. That's the only way. So, thank you, Case, for having a freaking John Deere engineer working for you when you did this. So the plan is, the one Becky actually found, I didn't. Guy flushed diesel back through it to clean the screen and just let it run out the drain hole. That's a no-brainer. Like I said, I don't know why the hell I didn't think about it before. And we should be able to tell if the screen's plugged or not when we get that apart. But I got a lot of oil to drain first. Yay me. Oh, and I got a hold of Tom because he's trying to find that load sensor part for the plunger arm on the baler. He finally got a hold of somebody Friday, and the guy says, well, I don't think we made that exact same one, but we got something similar to it that should work. I think. I'll get back to you. They're closed back east now, and he hadn't heard back from him yet. So he's going to get a hold of the guy tomorrow and, see what's happening with that. I mean, I would think that's probably even if it's a couple $100 part, that's a lot better than buying the whole arm for, $3,500, $3,600, $3,800, whatever the hell it is now. Because that's the only way you can get it from Agco. And, if I don't get anything before we got to use the baler, we finished up last year with that one unplugged. Just got to seal the hole off so dirt doesn't get in it, put it back in, and go for broke. Just hope I make nice straight bales. So that's the story on that. Well, here we are. There she is. I knew it was going to happen. It squirted right up in that driveline shield. So for the first few buckets, I had my hand up there directing it down. And we always run a minimum, and I mean a minimum of 1 gallon over. Because on the hills, this one isn't as bad, but the 2294, you get on a steep enough hill, they will stop moving if they're not over full. And I don't know how many buckets. This must be bucket number 4. Yep. This thing's supposed to hold
133 quarts.
She said it, 133 quarts.
I think I did my math wrong.
She may have said that wrong. I don't know.
No, I did it right, but bucket-wise, I think I did my math wrong. I think we do need one more because it comes out to a little over 30. I think it's 30.6.
That's what I was going to say. I thought it was about 30 gallons, but we're kind of running low here. We haven't even gotten to 20 gallons yet. So anyway, yeah, we're getting it. Slowly but surely. And it may have been a little low. It shouldn't have been, but it may have been. The only time we can check these things when they're sitting in the shop, because it's the only flat ground we have.
Dumbest place to put one. A greaser where you can't.
Well, it's because I made the shield so we can get this to bale hay. Otherwise, you wrap up on that.
Yeah, no, you still wrap up.
What she's talking about is a grease zerk right there. It probably doesn't get done as often as it should.
No, it doesn't.
It usually gets done at least once or twice a year, though. And like I say, I'm wondering what to do with this one.
I'm just leaving it for right now and keep an eye on it.
From what I can tell, there's at least one other. Give me a paper towel. Get some stuff off my hands so I can at least slide back here.
I'm the one that got the bath.
Yeah, I told her, I said, be ready when you pull the plug. She pulled the plug, and I said, close your mouth and close your eyes.
Which I did.
Yeah, she did.
Anyway, you would think they'd put a plug on this plate right here, but there's not. But wait for it. Oh, wait for it. There's one right there. And I don't think it can, yeah, it can't drain from here to that one. That leaves at least 4 inches of oil in here. And of course, this one's right over the drawbar, and our drawbar is bolted solid, so that the big baler does not tear the ass end of the tractor apart. So, I'm not sure what we're going to do to get that one. I really don't want to dump it on the drawbar. So, anyway. Well, we got it figured out. Cut a hole in the side of that quirt.
Aren't you lucky that I changed my oil?
Yeah, I had to ask her what she did with, because last time she changed oil and used these little synthetic oil things, she put all the used oil back into them, but she just did her car and she didn't. So, and I don't think that's too big of a mess considering she took the plug out. I had to stick my finger over the hole before she could get.
You took the plug out.
Oh, I took the plug out. However, either way.
And stuck your finger up there.
Yeah, I had both hands in there, believe it or not. There ain't a lot of room. I mean, look at my hand and look at the space provided. I didn't soak her. And I don't know how full this bucket is. I still don't know because I can't get over there far enough.
Over here.
Yeah. It's down to dribbling. We're finally down to a drip on that one up there. Drip, drip, drip. So it's almost. This
still
bucket.
got a steady stream. What's coming out this end?
I think
still
this
steady.
bucket's about there. That bucket is right there. That one, I don't know where it's at. It's probably about 3/4. The others are around the corner of the tire. They're full.
That one's about, the white one underneath here is about the same as this one.
Oh, so it's almost as full as this one.
Yeah.
Good thing it's down to dripping. Oh, anyway, I got to looking at it and I told her, I said, yeah, there's at least 4 inches of oil left from basically in front of that hitch assembly back. Because the way the bottom of it's made. And I don't think you can get it out of where that plate is.
No.
But we're getting everything we can. So, yeah. And it's just about time to call it a day. Oh, that was good. I got it down my arm and now I just smeared it all over the creeper. I hate when a creeper's full of oil. I really do.
It's his pet peeve.
Righty tighty, lefty loosey.
That way.
Yeah? She's having a hard time. She always does. I don't know why she can't figure her right from her left. We're going to let her sit here and drain overnight. That bucket's still got a drip and the other one's down to a trickle. So, and we figured, hell, we better get these off. Let's see how much she wears. There shouldn't be too much above it, but she should have got the other one broke loose.
Yeah, well, mine's in the way and so is this one, so.
You just can't keep a clean floor around here.
There's bubbles.
There's bubbles?
Yeah.
Probably. You just made it all fall apart. And probably gonna pull the step off of there tomorrow just to make it easier to get in.
What else am I pulling over here?
Huh?
What am I pulling over here?
I will probably pull the step off tomorrow.
I've done that before, I know this.
Get my strap wrench all full of oil. Believe that. She's finding out they're on there tight. They may not have been that tight when they were put on. I don't remember what they say on them, but you know, those filters.
You want this number 2?
No, because we know what the other one is.
Oh, it's one off?
They're a different number because they're a different filter. We know which one goes in the front one. I took a picture because the other number was pointed this way. So, you know, smart thing is get a picture so you remember later. They may have a different thread on them or something. I don't know, but I'm sure they're different numbers because you buy it as a kit.
Yep, different thread.
Yep. At least they're nice enough to make different thread.
No, well,
Like
that
the
one's a
same.
little different than that one.
Looks the same from here.
One might be a scotch bigger than the other, but I don't know. Probably not. Either way, it'll work. Let me get out of her way. So, hey, now it's a whole lot easier to get into that. And that hose up there had trouble with that leaking last year. And that's kind of a pain because you can't get to it from anywhere without pulling the filters. I was able to get a long screwdriver weaseled in enough to do it, but we may even replace that hose. This is the short coupler hose. Probably have something here. I don't know. We'll find out. But anyway, she's just gonna sit here and finish draining overnight. Then we'll use that pan and get another one, throw underneath the back end. Of course, obviously check that screen. And the last thing I was just reading a little bit ago, right before we dumped the oil, it was on a different model, but still the same BS. Guy did what we're gonna do, and then said, he rebuilt his power shift and all that stuff and cleaned everything while he was in there, and then he had issues, so he flushed it out, and later had the same issue again. And the dealer says, yeah, you got to pull the back plate off to get into it. And I think in the end, what he ended up doing was split the tractor and replacing the screen. So I don't want to have to do that. You know, I mean, we should have everything we need to split it, but that's a real pain in the ass, especially when you got a cap sitting on top of them. And you can't get to 90% of the stuff without taking the cap off. You know, they just shouldn't. They all should be designed a little different, but that's my opinion. Anyway, we got a bale to feed for the pregnant cows. She's going to feed the babies, and we're calling it a day. So thanks for watching, everybody. Hope you all had a good day. Hope you all have a great hump day.